Hello, American literature students. This is coming to you from Sunday evening, but it's Monday's lesson. So for today, I want you to be reading The Sweetheart of the Song Bong. You're going to be reading the first part of the story. If you need to figure out where to end, you can watch the other teacher, Patrick Roach is his name, reading it, and he will end it if you have a copy of the actual book. He will end it on the middle of page 95. If you are following along in the full version of the text, the PDF, it is going to end with the phrase, really nothing to tell the truth. I've never been happier in my whole life. Never. And on the screen right now, you can see where it is highlighted in blue. So just realize you're only reading half of the story for today. For the Sweetheart of the Song Bong, I want you to think about the following ideas. First of all, what is true in this story? I will tell you personally that I think a large portion of the story is completely fabricated, that it is entirely made up. And I want you to consider that as you're reading it. Does it matter that part of the story is made up? Pay attention to Mark Fossey, the soldier, and how he decides to fly his girlfriend, Mary Ann Bell, all the way over to Vietnam just to hang out. Seems a little odd to me. So I doubt that part of the story, but I still want you to consider what's happening in it anyway. First of all, consider the idea of transformation and metamorphosis, specifically for Mary Ann Bell. I also, later in the story, want you to consider the idea of being consumed by Vietnam. And again, that will be in Tuesday's reading and will be focused on the character of Mary Ann Bell. The third thing I want you to be aware of is that concept again of truth. And does it really matter in this book? And consider how can you connect it back to the chapter you read, How to Tell a True War Story. So in the reading for today, we are introduced to Mary Ann Bell. And in this section, I have it highlighted on the screen right now, so you should be able to see it. And I have it highlighted in blue. When Mary Ann Bell arrives in Vietnam, this is how she is described. It can't happen, Sanders said. Nobody ships his honey over to Nam. It don't ring true. I mean, you just can't import your own personal putang. Rat shook his head. I saw it, man. I was right there. This guy did it. His girlfriend? Straight on. It's a fact. Rat's voice squeaked a little. He paused and looked at his hands. Listen, the guy sends her the money, flies her over. This cute blonde, just a kid, just barely out of high school. She shows up with a suitcase and one of those plastic cosmetic bags, comes right out of the boonies. I swear to God, man. She's got on culottes, white culottes, and the sexy pink sweater. There she is. I remember Mitchell Sanders folding his arms. He looked over at me for a second, not quite grinning, not saying a word, but I could read the amusement in his eyes. Rat saw it too. No lie, he muttered. Culottes. So I want you to pay attention to how Mary Ann Bell is described when she arrives. And then later on this week, when we're reading the second part of the story, I want you to think about how Mary Ann Bell metamorphs and is transformed into an entirely new human being because of her experience in Vietnam. So please email me if you have any questions. Hope you are all doing well, being safe, staying healthy. Have a great day.